You are watching D5.
That Ricky.
I never
what the
got
hell?
to the point. Like, I never even dilated.
Right
I
there.
was
Wait, what
in
did I walk
labor
into?
for that whole time, but I never dilated, like, at all. Not.
Right, and that's probably why they had to go ahead and C-section you at that point.
Well, they gave me a choice. He's like, "Well, we can keep going, or we can just cut the baby out of you." I'm like, "Just do that."
She's
Just
like an alien.
yeah. Right.
Dante, you jumped right into our conversation about her lady bits.
I noticed. We're talking about her eyes, right? Just her eyes. She talking about dilating her eyes, right?
Yes,
There you go, Urine.
that
There
ain't
you go,
right.
Uranus. You got what you wanted.
There you go. I win.
All right. So for everyone else, Ricky has joined us now. Ricky, everybody else.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody
Ricky,
else.
you were here. I didn't even know.
Talking about her lady parts.
Yeah, well, you missed it a minute ago, Dante, because I was saying something about you and Ricky, and Ivory goes, "Well, Ricky's a strong, independent black woman that doesn't need no man." And I'm like, no, you got the two roommates reversed.
Right.
Oh, Jackson, that's really bright. Give that back to Daddy. Ow, God.
Oh, he found my work flashlight.
Your eyes.
He's
You're talking
waving
about
it
your eyes
around like he
dilating.
had it raised. Yeah, that's why my eyes were dilated.
Have you talked to your Aunt Dante about raves recently, Jackson?
Uncle Justin?
No, I said your Aunt Dante.
I know.
Uh,
I think Uncle Justin is more the person to talk to about raves.
Oh my.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants
Oh,
and
no.
boots and
Boots and pants.
Drop. Wub 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 wub.
Exactly.
wubba dub wub.
The system is down. The system is down.
Oh my God! I know exactly what you're doing. Nobody else knows what that is.
I don't.
There's might be one or two.
No, that's strong bad.
Oh.
Yeah, heck yeah, it is. That cheat. We did not install a light switch so you could have light switch raids.
Oh my gosh! I didn't know anybody else in the world knew about that. Tim would never watch them. He thought they were stupid.
Strong Bat was awesome.
Yes!
Checking my email, checking my emails. Email.
You have no idea how tickled I am by this.
Oh, Lord.
Dear Strong Bat.
All right.
I will never, ever, 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 ever write a song about Sibby.
Arrowed.
I'm so glad I joined tonight.
Mission accomplished.
Says that now, but just wait till later.
I know, right?
You killed us all, you bastard!
I'm sorry, I just love the fire. Oh, you weren't talking about me.
The fire and the dead people and the torturing and setting the world ablaze.
Yes, watch it all burn.
How does marriage work in D&D?
Well,
you see.
it's till death do us part, so how long do you want it to last?
Oh my.
Well, it depends on whether you've got a good resurrection plan going on later on.
Right, save up a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Well, in 3.5, if you played it right by 5th level, you could afford a resurrection spell, as one of my parties found out.
Yeah, but would we use it?
I don't know. They didn't. I mean, I wasn't the one running the game, but like I said, one of the guys was playing a warlock. As soon as he died, everyone was debating how to loot his body and where's the nearest river to throw it into. But
Should we bring him back?
collectively,
It's
everyone
kind
could
of a jerk.
afford. Everyone could afford a resurrection spell.
I thought Mikey could afford it alone. He just
Oh, yeah.
decided not to.
Yeah, he just didn't even look at his money. He was a healer. Like, his class is called healer. And they were like, so, river or ditch?
Yeah, both of them take too much work. Just drop them.
And you want to know what's really great, Dante? It was
A
Chris's
really big
character.
rock.
Yeah, I remember him telling us about that. I'm like, personally, yeah.
I at least paid for him to have a halfway funeral. Just roll his ass into a hole and cover it up somewhere.
Hire a mourner so someone
Yeah.
pretends.
All right, so if everyone's ready,
Yes.
into the last game, you guys were in the cave. You found the tree that someone had worked a ritual on to cause corruption to spread from this underground cavern, and this ancient tree to cause corrupted wood spirits known as blights to show up and start spread from the nearby forest, and hope to cause. Really don't know what they're hoping for. You just know that someone had some really bad intentions with the whole thing. You removed the ceramic jars that were enchanted to slowly break down over time, slowly releasing this blood that was corrupting everything. And that's where we're going to pick right back up. You're still in the underground cave. You got the jars. And from best, thankfully, for Dante's nature role, that he's probably not even trained in.
What happens if I drink the blood?
Well, Tim, you want to elaborate? I'm sure you've been there.
I mean, I'm just curious.
All of a sudden, Dante, what is it in
I didn't do it.
Elder
I'm just
Scrolls?
asking.
The little thing that pops up you have contracted.
Oh, perphoric hemophilia?
Thank you.
Fuck. I didn't say I did it.
So
I
you
just
have,
wanted
what,
to
3
know
days?
what would happen. Oh, I'm suddenly a vampire?
Well, you're
Aw.
infected first.
Do what?
In the immortal words of Zim, sounds bad.
That's good.
What happens if I drink the blood? I don't know. Anyway, well, you guys are still in that underground cave with the tree and the nice spring. Removing the blood from the tree and the ritual altogether seems to have halted the ritual, so the corruption will slowly stop spreading and the natural world will take back over and everything will just slowly revert back to what it should be.
Now, we are getting some pretty high-level clerics to come in and clean up the rest of the mess, correct?
Maybe. Well, you're not sure what's going to happen. You just know this is something that needs to be reported and probably needs to be reported fast. So when you head back to the college,
are we still going to make a detailed map?
I just assume that someone has just been tracing out.
Right, but should
Yeah.
we still give it to the other people? Because they really shouldn't be down there, the people who asked for the job.
No. The college. The college was approached by these people or by the person who survived, said, "Hey, there's really something fucked up down here. Can you send someone down here to investigate?" And the college itself is wanting the map for their own research purposes, and if they had to send a follow-up team in there, such as like the high-level clerics,
Right.
they have a better idea of what they're going into.
Okay.
Right. So it's not for like the locals. It's not for those guys who are nearby.
For some reason, I thought that we were going to give that to the locals so that they
No.
could continue farming. I'm like, I don't think
No.
they should be down there.
No. This was the college. I almost said the College of Winterhold. Jesus Christ.
Wrong game.
Right genre, wrong game. Lovely things.
Okay, so yeah, I've drawn the map.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be extremely detailed. You can make a dex roll to see how much detail you've put into it, if you want.
Sure.
Just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
I title it "We All Float."
Down
We all
here.
float down here.
Everybody floats down here.
Not me. I'm wearing plain.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
He did.
Dante, did you hold them down until the bubble stopped again?
Ah, he's not a halfling this time.
I got 15 plus my dex is 17.
So this is a very detailed map that she's made. Like she probably is impressed even by your own standards. You're like, wow, okay, this pretty nice, pretty accurate, pretty detailed.
Still pretty upset that it's not made out of blood.
I'm sorry you were killing wooden creatures. You
I
still
mean,
got to
I
set
am-
them ablaze.
I am too. You know, I'm sorry about that too.
More humanoids.
But you were able to use the charcoal of their burned decayed bodies for the map. I mean, that should have appeased you in some fashion.
Yes, I was. You're right. Oh. You know what? I'm pretty sure I chose one that looks like a penis.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying.
As you make it out, you make it back to town. You hitch a ride with a caravan heading back south. You make it back. I'm assuming this is also something you guys aren't going to want to hang around and do stuff. This is something you want to get back and inform them of immediately.
No, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and honestly, once we get back to the town, I think that we were using like a cloak to basically kind of keep the blood from dripping all over the place. But once we get back to the town,
once you pulled it out of the tree, you've on your way back. Once you've pulled it out of the tree, you've noticed that whatever spell had been worked on it to make it slowly decay was cast inside that hole in the tree. Once you removed the jars themselves were not enchanted. There was an enchantment put around there to target the jars.
okay, so there's
well,
not
that
any
just
blood
doesn't
leaking.
seem very
Yeah.
efficient.
So there's not any blood leaking from the one that was initially kind of decayed and bleeding.
It coagulated.
Basically, whatever was in there keeping it fresh and keeping it flowing is now gone, and the blood is slowly starting to congeal and thicken, and so it's not seeping out of those tiny cracks anymore.
Okay, so is the top closed?
Yes,
Or-
it's lid, it's capped and
Okay.
everything.
That's cool. I mostly want to make certain it's not going to be like a, it's an open jug and just kind of sloshing about. So what cargo have you got there, son? Oh, just caskets of blood, nothing major. Don't look here.
It's like carrying around a gallon of milk with the lid off.
Do you want to
Right.
find out,
Oh my
or do you
God.
want to contribute, or what?
This one is a little bit low.
Just started sipping out of it like a little straw. You can see a little swirly straw coming out of it.
Yes.
So wrong.
She's sipping on it like a red wine cask.
Got it in between her fingers, swirling it around.
You know,
Don't
guys,
worry,
this isn't
sediment is
actually
normal.
half bread.
Sediment is normal.
Ah,
I mean, it's from virgins. It's pure shit.
Ew. Why shit?
Well, not literally shit.
Anyway, you guys make it back to Sharn relatively easy. Apparently, the goblins have elected not to put up another ambush on that road anytime soon. The one that got away probably went back and was like, no.
Everybody's crazy.
No more pain.
If you would have seen the guys they had, dear God, they set a field on fire trying to catch me.
Oops.
So yeah, you guys make it back to Sharn. No issues. You head back to the college. You let them know, hey, we have an issue. We need to talk to somebody now. And
Look, he's laughing.
No, this is serious. Please stop laughing at us.
Children
I'm just
playing
so
in the street.
giddy.
Okay.
yeah,
Children playing in the street.
Yeah,
It's nice
background noise or that.
Oh, I just
We're
kind of
very
figured that was the
sophisticated
college
here.
laughing at us.
I mean, when they,
They-
saw
they-
your
they
SAT
come-
scores,
they
I
come
can
back.
imagine.
they come back. They take you back to a meeting room. There's an older gentleman in there, human, slightly balding, gray hair, nice blue robe, sitting at the end of a table.
Why do I feel like this is the start of a porno?
There's no black leather couch.
No.
Casting couch, D&D.
Wow. I'm gonna wait out here.
The cleric should probably not watch.
Hey, you guys got a sailor? You're ready.
The cleric's been in the war. The cleric's seen some things.
Cleric needs a bit of R&R, if you know what I mean.
All right, so he ushers you in, sits you down, and He's like, so I hear the issue is a little bit more severe than we originally thought out there.
Great.
Yes,
What's next?
Yes, it seems that there was someone who we encountered something akin to this here on one of our last missions, further south, where one of the villages that we were at, several of the young girls that were going into the church were taken. Unfortunately, they were killed and harvested for their blood and other parts.
He starts
what
He starts
normal
nodding. He's
Sunday
like, I remember
mass.
this from your.
we- right.
He remembers from your last report of your last mission that you stayed a little bit longer because of that incident, and he remembers reading about the sacrifice and the one girl who did survive.
So unfortunately, in this one, it seems like we've been partially on the trail of whatever this monster was that did this. Unfortunately, a few steps too late behind him. We found several caskets there in the other room with the remains of those girls. It seems like there was some sort of horrible ritual that was going on to infect the land.
Were there blights present?
Yes, there were blights present. We
You
dispatched
see
them.
him lean over and start rubbing his head. Looks like he's kind of deep in thought.
Does that mean anything to him?
He looks up and he says, "We've had 3 other groups run into blights. No one in the past month and a half. No one has brought any attention back of the extent that you have, such as these blood vials and this ritual. But there have been multiple instances in the last month alone of our teams encountering these creatures.
Were
Should we
they
go
near
look for
in the region
more?
where we were at?
No, they were all over Corvair.
Can I press him to see if he has more information with an insight check?
Go ahead. Oh, insight really isn't pressing. It's you're determining whether or not he's holding back from you or not.
Okay. Can I just
Mhm.
check it, I guess? Okay, alright.
Yeah, go ahead.
12 plus 5, so I'm looking at a 17.
He's genuinely worried, concerned about this whole thing. He doesn't seem to be holding anything back. If he is holding anything back, it's more because he's lost in thought versus intentionally withdrawing information from you.
Good to know.
With this information coming to light, sir, I think it would be best to go back to send people back in those regions looking for ritualistic components such as these.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to get a couple teams of clerics together from the local sovereign host temple that we have here on the campus. We have some very seasoned clerics. We may even send some from the Silver Flame as well to try and make sure nothing needs exercised as well.
Oh, is that what the silver flame is?
The Church of the Silver Flame deal with mostly lycanthropy. There are 12 moons in this world.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, there are 13, one for each month. There is a full moon every month. So the Church of the Silver Flame was created to hunt down and destroy lycanthropy and exorcise other versions of lycanthropy and undead, because one full moon a month can be really bad if a
That's a lot of
spawn.
werewolves.
That's a lot of werewolves.
Well, good thing I'm
Werewolves,
here.
werebear,
All those
wererat.
chickens.
Do what, Dante?
Just look at all the chickens.
But they are very, that church themselves are very knowledgeable in exercising curses and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I'll nudge Kara to give the map that we made of the area. This was the map of the area that we were in, and down in here, pointing to the area where we found the vials. This is where we found those vials at.
is this a tree that was down there? So it looks like it was a tree and a stream.
Yes.
Yes, sir. kind of an
Huh.
unusual place, really. Couldn't
Probably he glanced at it for a second. He goes, I may say there was probably at one time a druid circle in there. That's why there would be a tree that big underground.
You realize you keep interrupting him before he's done with what he's saying, right?
Oh yeah, is no one else
I know.
suspicious? Mhm. I think like
It's
he knows
me.
too
I'm
much.
sorry.
Kill him.
Like,
I mean, this is a guy who you. I
college
mean,
person ever.
it says college. It's called a college. It's an adventuring guild essentially. They call themselves a college, but this is a very very serious matter, and you know he has no reason to hold back
Well, he should listen to what he says first. He's still talking. He's probably gonna miss information because you keep talking over him.
Apparently you're
sorry.
hitting keywords and it's just skipping the NPCs forward here.
Right? Like, I mean,
I'm holding A really fast. I'm tapping A really fast. All right.
Damn it, Micah,
let's just
stop
skip
it!
all the dialogue.
Like, cutscenes.
Okay, so he's got the info now.
Yeah. He let you know that also, just so you guys know, there is actually a banking system in this world. The dwarves.
Okay,
created.
good. That's good to know. Thanks, Tim.
Jeez.
Wow.
Anyway, he lets you know that your money for the for this job will be deposited into your accounts. You'll all can add 200 gold to your sheets, and then between the four of you, I can't. An extra 25 gold for the four of you for the map, because you're going to get 100 gold for the map, and then you can add 20 the 25 gold on top of all that. You're free to go out. Spend it if you want to spend it. Spend it if you want to hold on to it. Whatever. They said they'll be in touch if they need you to head back out into that region, or if another job comes along.
Is there an armor smith or a blacksmith in the area?
Oh, this is a massive town. There's anything
town?
if
Okay.
if you need anything, this town is like it's one of the largest in the country.
All right, Ricky,
Hey,
let's go to
Donte,
Ryloth.
wanna go
Can I
grab a drink?
I want to go to the nearest blacksmith and upgrade my sword.
I'm gonna go shopping.
Upgrade your sword.
Yeah, I
And
want
in
to
the
see,
morning,
I want
I'll
to see
make
if they can
waffles.
if they
Make
have
it a-
better swords.
You're trying to get a magical sword.
No, I just want a sharper sword, better sword. I don't want a magical sword.
This sword is dull.
I
You
want
put
more.
spikes on it.
Yes, I want more spikes. I want more serrated. I want a big serrated, big, long sword.
I want my sword to be like a saw. I want it to really scare the crap out of my opponents.
So you're just getting you're not wanting to enhance everything. You just want to make like physical modifications to it.
Well, I kind of enhance it.
So while you're doing
Weapons.
that, Ricky and I are dining, ditching, and in the brothel.
Nice.
Nice. Well, he's doing this because I did that to him once in a Star Wars campaign, and he's probably still butthurt about that.
Nah, I let it go.
No, you did. You had a whole like gang coming after us.
I love the way he says it though. No, let it go. Sarcastic.
So I think my character is still fine without it. But I mean, since I have extra gold, I don't really see myself spending on anything else besides.
Well, there are healing potions,
So
lesser
Actually, that's
magic
probably
items.
a
Raves
good
of
idea.
his
Can I get?
enemies.
I want to buy some healing potions
Are we? So we're resting then, right?
right now.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good idea. I should probably buy
we haven't
something to survive.
Mhm.
How much would a healing potion cost?
If
so
a
I'm
healing
trying to
potion
find right
would
now.
cost wood.
Fuck! I deleted all my shit again.
Why are you doing this? I can't believe
I
you've
don't
done this.
know.
You gotta double click on it. You can't just start typing as soon as you click in the box. That's the problem.
Okay. A standard healing potion costs 50 gold.
Okay. How much do the healing potions heal?
2d4 plus
6?
2.
2d4?
2d4
One
plus
healing surge.
It's,
Nah, that's
2d4.
I buy 2 of them.
Okay.
2. And like I said, it's 2d4 plus 2.
There you
Can I buy some Nuka-Cola?
go. Nuka-Cola Quantum. That's what you want.
Yes, those will cost you 1,000 a pop,
Yep.
and they're highly radioactive.
Slightly.
Or
Slightly. You can drink a few without, any adverse effects.
Look,
As long as you don't do
it comes with its own Geiger counter.
Do not ingest.
Makes really great explosives as well.
It really lives up
Coca-Cola
to
Quantum
his
is
name.
not edible.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, a few days go by and you all rest, you heal up. You don't hear anything back about the blight incidents. Yeah, I'm assuming they probably took care of the incident themselves, and they haven't had any further disturbances regarding it.
Good.
A few more days go by, and you guys get contacted again with a job that has come through,
Finally.
and you're asked to meet in the back at the college in another meeting room to discuss your next job.
For them again?
Well, they're the ones that run the majority of any adventuring in this country.
I believe this is a monopoly. Let's go to court.
Right?
Basically.
It's kind of like one big notice board, so don't worry.
Uh-huh.
You go to the guild with problems, they send someone out as mercenary to help you out.
It's
I wanna
like an
Wait, wait.
adventurer's union, basically.
Mhm.
The union?
So you head there. You're meted by a clerk. The clerk takes you back. The four of you enter this room where there is another representative from the college, but there's also another person in there, and this is where you meet Ricky's character.
I've just been waiting here.
What's up, bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Give a quick description, Ricky,
Of what?
of you.
What does your character look like? What are they wearing?
Big
what
tits, fat ass. What?
That
No.
kind of-
The usual.
Anyways, Juicy, kind of a tall, slender. She,
Man.
she's wearing not any dresses or anything like that. Just like more like
She's
pants and
naked?
shirt. Yep. I guess.
She's not dressed, yes.
Anyways,
I didn't know it was this kind of meeting.
she has
Not
kind of
really, is it porno?
longest blondish hair, and then blue eyes.
So she's German. And
No, not German. If you're watching the animes, they're European.
So you all come in, you sit down at the table. The representative introduces her. She says that she is a new member to the college, registered looking, LFG like everybody else.
All right.
And
Nothing.
they were going through their records, and they showed that you guys were missing someone of the stealthier nature in your group, and thought it would be a good fit to add her.
We're
add
also
her to
missing
your
our
group.
fighter, but I don't know how that happened. Definitely not
I'm
something
right
I
here.
did.
I don't know who the other guy
The other
was. He was in the way.
The other fighter.
He was in the way.
He had to be taken care of.
Happened. He killed him.
He likes better working alone.
For some reason, after
Did
he
not get
vanished,
along with others or me.
for some
Right.
reason, after he disappeared, Donte was cleaning his sword, and no one knows why.
I never cleaned the sword.
Does someone smell something odd?
I
No,
don't. Not at all.
Seems normal, right? Yeah.
Sure, don't want me working with these people.
Well, neither did the dwarf.
There was a dwarf?
No.
Is that what?
They take some getting used to, but they get the job done.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
We're gonna be good friends.
Love what you do with your hair.
All right, now they're creeping me out.
You'll have to forgive them. They're a little rough around the edges.
I
My
prefer
name
the
is
word
Coltrane.
eccentric.
My name is Coldre. And so you see this fairly decently heighted other Asimar. His hair is kind of reddish, coppery-ish, almost as if it's on fire. His eyes are kind of goldish color. It's kind of hard to really tell what color they truly are. Fairly fair skin. And looks like he's seen things. Typically with other Asimar that you have heard of, they typically look a little more cheerful than he does. He definitely doesn't look that happy. Like I said, you'll have to forgive them. They're rough around the edges, but they do all right.
Thanks. I love your vote of confidence.
Hmm.
I am a half elf. I've got the blonde hair, the typical braids, I'm a mage. I've spent most of my time in schooling, and I really don't look like I should be the smartass that I am. Oh, there it is. Nice to meet you.
Yep.
I guess it's nice to meet you all too.
You say that for now.
Donte and Arandis, you guys want to go ahead and give a description since we kind of missed out on descriptions?
I continue
Last
to
game.
sit in the corner with my hood up. All you can see is the glint of some silvery eyes in the darkness of my hood. Other than that, just wearing your typical tunic with chainmail, caressing a blood-soaked greatsword.
Great sword leaning up against him. He forgets about it a lot.
Blood cover all over it.
Blood always all over it.
You can definitely tell I'm half elf, but not your usual elf.
Okay. Do you want me to give a little bit background on my character first, because it is a doozy.
Oh, man.
You don't have to if you don't want
Okay.
to.
I mean,
No.
you're bound to like to share. I mean, you can share whatever you want
Yeah.
with this new person. I mean, you don't have to share
Okay.
like everything.
Well, you don't know too much about him. His name is Derek. Claims to be from a area called Sosal. Is a far traveler from that area, and he actually travels all the way around, taking on contracts to kill monsters. Basically, that's what he does. This is his thing. He's trained in swords as well as magic, as well as alchemy, in order to brew potions, in order to make himself stronger, whatever foe he's fighting against. His hair has been irreparably damaged and mutated from his actual transformation when he was younger. It is more of a gray silvery color, and his build is more muscular, but wearing also tight scale melts to kind of fit his form and allow for more maneuverability during combat.
Are you missing an arm and have it replaced with a metal arm?
Yeah, metal.
Oh my God! Did you?
No, he's not full metal. He's just full mental.
As there's no Chimera part.
Ask.
Oh.
Took me a second for me to realize.
Yeah.
it.
She was asking me, and I was like, "What are you?" Oh,
I don't get it. I
Full
probably
Metal
don't.
Full Metal Alchemist.
She was
Doesn't he have
describing
blonde
you.
hair?
No Chimera scene.
he did
Yeah.
have blonde hair.
I don't have blonde hair.
Well, I kind of heard alchemist and just kind
She
of.
got hung up on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She stopped listening at Alchemist.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Muscle wizard,
Sorry.
cast us a spell. I cast fist.
To face.
Oh God.
All right, so there's the motley crew.